All great and precious things are lonely. And now that you don't have to be perfect, you can be good. I believe a strong woman may be stronger than a man, particularly if she happens to have love in her heart. I guess a loving woman is indestructible. To be alive at all is to have scars. My imagination will get me a passport to hell one day. When two people meet, each one is changed by the other, so you've got two new people. Anything that just costs money is cheap. If you're in trouble, or hurt or need, go to the poor people. They're the only ones that'll help, the only ones. I shall revenge myself in the cruelest way you can imagine. I shall forget it. Sometimes a man wants to be stupid if it lets him do a thing his cleverness forbids. You know how advice is. You only want it if it agrees with what you wanted to do anyways. Power does not corrupt. Fear corrupts. Perhaps the fear of a loss of power. It's awful not to be loved. It's the worst thing in the world. It makes you mean and violent and cruel. I am happy to report that in the war between reality and romance, reality is not the stronger. Ideas are like rabbits. You get a couple and learn how to handle them, and pretty soon you have a dozen. It's a hard thing to leave any deeply routine life, even if you hate it. I wonder how many people I've looked at all my life and never seen. Don't worry about losing. If it is right, it happens. The main thing is not to hurry. Nothing good gets away. When a man says he does not want to speak of something, he usually means he can think of nothing else. Perhaps the less we have, the more we are required to brag. Don't make everyone know about your sadness. A man without words is a man without thought. Can you honestly love a dishonest thing? People who are most afraid of their dreams convince themselves they don't dream at all. Death was a friend, and sleep was death's brother. It's so much darker when a light goes out than it would have been if it had never shone. Remember that the most beautiful things in the world are the most useless. Peacocks and lilies, for instance. All war is a symptom of man's failure as a thinking animal. What good is the warmth of summer without the cold of winter to give it sweetness? And the little screaming fact that sounds through all history: repression works only to strengthen and knit the repressed. I was born lost and take no pleasure in being found. I guess there are never enough books. Try to understand men. If you understand each other, you will be kind to each other. Knowing a man well never leads to hate, and almost always leads to love. There's more beauty in truth, even if it is dreadful beauty. A sad soul can kill you quicker, far quicker, than a germ. No man really knows about other human beings. The best he can do is to suppose that they are like himself. A man so painfully in love is capable of self-torture beyond belief. Do you take pride in your hurt? Does it make you seem large and tragic? Well, think about it. Maybe you're playing a part on a great stage with only yourself as audience. No one who is young is ever going to be old. Guy don't need no sense to be a nice fella. Seems to me sometimes it just works the other way around. Take a real smart guy, and he isn't hardly ever a nice fella. We value virtue but do not discuss it. The honest bookkeeper, the faithful wife, the earnest scholar gets little of our attention compared to the embezzler, the tramp, the cheat. There are as many worlds as there are kinds of days, and as an opal changes its colors and its fire to match the nature of a day, so do I. I got you to look after me, and you got me to look after you, and that's why. Maybe everybody in the whole damn world is scared of each other. Being at ease with himself put him at ease with the world. So many old and lovely things are stored in the world's attic because we don't want them around us, and we don't dare throw them out. There are no ugly questions except those clothed in condescension. No story has power, nor will it last, unless we feel in ourselves that it is true and true of us. How can you frighten a man whose hunger is not only in his own cramped stomach, but in the wretched bellies of his children? You can't scare him. He has known a fear beyond every other. It is one of the triumphs of the human that he can know a thing and still not believe it.